Hello, church family. This is your Health and Wellness Committee back with another message. I feel like my calling as a member of your Health and Wellness Committee is to help and hopefully inspire you to be more healthy by eating as many fruits and vegetables as possible. And so what we are is basically what we do on the daily, okay? So this excludes celebrations and special events, but what we do every day. And so that's the eating pattern I want to talk about. And when you're doing your everyday eating, ask yourself, is what I'm eating health promoting or is it harmful to my health? Am I fighting disease or am I feeding disease? So remember, if it's a plant, eat it. If it was made in a plant, don't. So think about the Garden of Eden. If you don't think that you could find this in the Garden of Eden, then maybe we shouldn't eat it on a regular basis, okay? All right, so I'm really excited because tomorrow I'll be hosting a food distribution. We're going to be giving away 200 bags of produce to residents of Kershaw County. I am so proud that some of the youth of Littleton Street United Methodist Church will be participating. And so it's a wonderful way to serve and give back during this time. And I wanted to include some recipes to go along with the produce bags, including some of the items in the bag. And you know, one of the best things to make this time of year is salsa. And I found this great recipe from foodhero.org, which is a website that tries to provide simple, healthy recipes for families to make, very kid-friendly. And so it's a great site with some simple, inexpensive recipes. So, you know, most of this is coming out of the garden right now. So what I've done is I've made, it's a simple salsa. So we have drained and rinsed black beans. We've got bell pepper, we've got tomatoes, lime, garlic, onion, a little bit of garlic powder, corn, fresh corn, and a little bit of hot sauce, and you can even put some cilantro in there. So, and a little bit of picante or salsa. I had salsa. So anyway, so I'm just gonna mix that up. I haven't had fresh salsa all summer, so I am really excited about this. Okay, so we have our fresh salsa here, and I'm going to pour it. And what is very important when you serve salsa is what you use to scoop it with, right? And it's very important for your health too, what it is you scoop it with. So many of us just grab a bag of chips. Well, let's talk about some alternatives. Let's use something fresh. So here's the rest of the bell pepper. So let's just cut a couple of wide pieces of bell pepper there. These small sweet peppers are very popular now. So let's put some of those in there. And all kinds of colors too. Yellow, red, orange. So we can make it look very pretty. And again, you can clean up the seeds. Okay, we can make carrot planks. So take the thickest part of the carrot and just cut some, I don't know, maybe 1/4 of an inch slices of carrot. And that makes an excellent way to dip and eat your salsa. All right, then we've got zucchini. We can do the same thing with zucchini. So we're gonna, and this is my first out of the garden, believe it or not. So we're gonna do the same thing with the zucchini. That. See, what else can we use out of the garden? How about some cucumber? Now, when I cut my cucumber, you can cut them into rounds, but if you're looking for a little more room on your cucumber, I kind of like to cut it on the bias, and that gives me a little larger area to put my salsa on. And I will say too, with the salsa, if you didn't have these things fresh, you could certainly use frozen corn, even canned corn. It is something you could make any time of year. Okay, something you might not have used before, but this is red cabbage. And it makes an excellent scooper too. And talk about healthy. Oh my gosh, there's so many. I mean, look at that, it's just perfect. And it's nice and firm. So many health benefits of cruciferous vegetables. And if you remember last week's video, we talked about hydration. All of this, let's see, and this one might be a little too big. All of these are very hydrating, whereas chips are not hydrating, right? So, so this is very important, very helpful in keeping you hydrated. Now, one thing I did want to introduce you to, if you haven't been introduced already, is the jicama. Now, the jicama is also called the Mexican jam bean, the Mexican potato, or the Mexican turnip. And I really like it. It's kind of like a potato, but not. It's fat-free, it's high in fiber, it has a lot of vitamin C and also a good boost of potassium. So it is wonderful and refreshing, has a very refreshing taste to it. You can eat it raw or cooked. So salads is a great way to use a jicama. You can also do salsas, spring rolls. I've seen it mixed up with carrots, julienned with carrots, like in a carrot jicama salad, radishes. Very good. So one thing you do need to keep in mind is don't eat the skin. Okay, not good to eat the skin. So we're gonna kind of show you how to cut it. So you want to get your stabilizing ends. I'm actually going to try the serrated knife. So you're just going to work around and get the skin off. I've already washed it. Okay. Then we are going to cut it into like chips. Okay, I'm gonna cut these into smaller pieces. It's very kind of firm and crispy and makes a perfect dipper. So don't forget the jicama. Now, if you're saying, Laurie, I really have to have some chips with my salsa, you can have them. But let's think of another way to do this. So if you go to the store, and I like to buy the corn tortillas right here. or the whole wheat flour tortillas. And you take a few out, you cut them up into triangles, and then you put your oven on 375, set them on a pan for like 8 minutes. They turn into wonderful chips. I have these right here. So these are my corn tortillas, and I mean, they're very crispy. I mean, they are perfect. These are my whole wheat. No, wait, this is a whole wheat tortilla right here. See, very crispy. So those can be your delicious, healthier chips for your salsa. So there is something for everyone there. You're not just eating dry chips, but you're eating very healthy, hydrating vegetables along with your salsa. So this is a fabulous meal, really, meal to have or appetizer for you to have with your friends and family. So try this instead of just picking up a bag at the grocery store next time. Our faith can be challenged in difficult times, such as what we're experiencing now and what 2020 seems to be providing for many of us, if not all of us. And so I just want to say that we as Christians are called to be light in darkness, just as Christ was. John 8:12 says, "Then Jesus spoke to them again, saying, I am the light of the world. He who follows me shall not walk in darkness, but have the light of life." And so while this can be a difficult time for others, even a difficult time for us, Jesus does give us hope. And he also gives us the opportunity to serve others, much like what we'll be doing tomorrow at the food distribution. And so even though this can be a challenging time, and certainly, want you to not only lean on God, but lean on others if you need to, just remember that 2 Timothy 1:7 says, "For God gave us a spirit, not of fear, but of power and love and self-control." Your Health and Wellness Committee cares about you and your health. And so until next time, be well.